To arm or not to arm? That is the question. I think Shakespeare maybe said that. Who knows? Hey, it's Craig back with another Mortgage Minute, and today we're going to talk about a topic that you may be wondering about if you're looking to purchase a home, and that is, hey, interest rates have risen, so should I look at doing an adjustable rate mortgage? And so when we say ARM, that's what we mean, adjustable rate mortgage. So I want to talk to you today about maybe the pros and cons of doing an ARM loan versus doing a fixed rate loan. So I'm going to arm you with some information. See what I did there? So here's the deal. The way an ARM loan works is you typically start out at a little bit lower rate than what a fixed rate loan would be at that time. Okay. It's and every ARM loan's different, so maybe some ARM loans start at a lower intro rate, but in a lot of instances, it's not dramatically lower, okay? But it is lower than a fixed rate loan. And you have that initial interest rate for a certain time period. It may be 3 years, it may be 5 years, it could be 7 years or 10 years. The longer you want that guaranteed rate, that fixed interest rate, the higher the interest rate's going to be on the adjustable rate mortgage, okay? Which makes sense. I mean, you're asking for a longer time period for it to be fixed in. So here's what happens, and this pretty much happens every market where interest rates rise. Lenders start talking about, well, hey, maybe you should look at an adjustable rate mortgage, and buyers seem to be more willing to do that, okay? So should you or should you not? I'm going to give you my take, and my take is probably not, okay? A fixed rate loan is probably still the best scenario for most home buyers. But let me tell you why, okay? So my belief is that the U.S. economy is headed into a recession. I don't know exactly when. I'm not saying it's going to be an extremely bad recession, and I'm not going to say that it's going to be for an extremely long time period. But there's a lot of indications that are pointing to the fact that we are most likely going into a recession. Typically, when the U.S. economy goes into a recession, inflationary concerns start to lessen, okay? And mortgage rates start to come down. And that's pretty consistent as far as that happening. Is it possible that mortgage rates wouldn't come down and we could still be in a recession? Yes, it's possible. It's not very likely, okay? So if that's correct, if we are going into a recession, and if mortgage rates do come down, whether you do an adjustable rate mortgage right now or a fixed rate loan right now, there's a high probability that you are going to refinance that loan at a later time, probably within the next, I don't know, 12 to 24 months, to fix in a lower rate, okay? So whether you do an ARM or whether you do a fixed, if I'm correct, it really doesn't matter because you're going to have a different loan in a very short time period, okay? So some people are using that thought process to say, well, hey, go ahead and get an adjustable rate mortgage right now. You can save a little bit each month right now. And look, you're going to refinance shortly down the road anyway. So what's the big deal? Well, here's my take. The big deal on that is hey, what if I'm wrong? Okay, what if a lot of economists are wrong? What if we're not going into a recession? What if interest rates don't come down? And what if interest rates are higher down the road when your adjustable rate mortgage fixed rate period comes to an end? Guess what? You are going to refinance that loan one way or the other for most people. Now, maybe some people out there can stomach having an adjustable rate mortgage for 20 years. And I'm sure out of, a million people, there's going to be a few people that say, oh, yeah, I've had an adjustable rate mortgage for the past 20 years. It's not been a big deal. Listen, most people don't do that. And I've done this for a long time. And I can tell you in time periods where people are doing adjustable rate mortgages, a lot of times they end up refinancing into fixed rate loans at a much higher rate. And they pretty much eat into all of the savings that they got during this, the initial time period. Now, you may be listening to this right now saying, but here's the deal. I'm saving a lot of money for, 2 years. And isn't that worth something? Sure, that's worth something. But you know what? I can name several scenarios where you could, quote unquote, save money and put yourself potentially at risk. For example, life insurance. I don't I would say most people don't plan on dying. So what's the point of life insurance? The point of life insurance is so that your family's protected in the event that you do die. I've had life insurance now for 15 years. Guess what? I didn't die in the past 15 years. So you could make an argument to say I just threw money away on life insurance. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, hey, I was protecting my family in the event that it was needed. Car insurance. You know what? I guess you could make an argument to say, hey, look, you don't need car insurance. You're not going to get into a wreck. Hopefully you won't. You have car insurance in the event that you do get into a wreck. Okay. So my take on adjustable rate mortgage versus fixed rate mortgage is, with a fixed rate mortgage, if I'm right, you're probably refinancing in a short time period regardless. If I'm wrong and we don't go into recession and interest rates don't come down, there's a high probability you're going to be very appreciative of the fact that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years from now, you're not having to worry about where interest rates are, because you know exactly what your monthly payment is. So if you have questions about that, I'd love to talk to you. 615-498-5626, and I appreciate you watching.